It's a straight up Bloodhound Gang song.
And welcome to another episode of Fun Friday edition of Ripping the Rack podcast. I am your tri-host, no co-host, tri-host, Tim.
Tri-host.
Tri-host now, yeah, buddy.
With me today, new guy, Maki. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, dudes? Thank you. This is great. Thanks for asking me to be on permanently here. This is really fun. Don't tell me to talk in front of a camera.
Welcome to the club,
love
buddy.
this stuff,
Welcome
man. Thanks, boys. Thank you.
And with me, as usual, Brian.
Hello, everyone.
Nice microphone you got there.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
It's pretty.
Yeah. Getting the setup all set for, late Thursday night, early Friday morning show. Marky and I are doing for Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling over on Twitch.
That's early. Or
1 a.m. Eastern time, Friday morning.
Absolutely both of those, Timmy. Yes,
yeah.
It is. It is early, it is late, and Friday mornings are a jumble of a mess in my brain. I don't care. But it's fun. It is fun to do.
That's good. That's good. I'm sure you guys will kill it. I listen.
Because who needs sleep?
Me. Oh, was that a rhetorical question?
Yeah, it sure was, buddy. But that's okay. You answered it. It's fine.
Sorry, that was my big word of the day. Rhetorical.
That's like 4 syllables, too. That's pretty big.
Speaking of big words of the day, all I can think of is Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live, Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
Can you say kleptomaniac?
Can you say kleptomaniac? So I bring up Eddie because Coming to America comes out Friday.
I know the new one. I'm excited. I love the first one.
It's coming to with the number 2.
Coming
America.
to America. Yes.
No one will throw rose petals at my son's feet.
I love the first movie. I've seen it I don't know how many times. Obviously, I'm a Eddie Murphy fan from.
Didn't they work at McDonald's or something like McDonald's? McDowell's. Yes. Worked at McDowell's.
I remember Eddie Murphy back in the day, the old Saturday Night Live skit. His Gumby skits were hilarious. I'm Gumby, damn it.
Well, see, this is the thing with Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy is when he was on, it was must-see TV.
It was.
It was so funny.
Every Saturday was must-see TV. And he had a run, call it, when did Delirious come out? Was that 80? Which one came out first? Delirious or
Raw was first.
Was Raw first?
Yeah, Raw.
I don't know if Raw was like 83 or 84.
83 or 84.
Yeah.
Something like that. It was early. Yeah.
So he had a run, call it from the early 80s through to the early 90s, early to mid 90s, where he was the man.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's when he did all the stand-up specials, and then he did Beverly Hills Cop.
Yep. Part 1 through 18.
Yeah. And then he did.
Yeah, he did.
And then,
Trading Places was awesome. That's one of my favorite movies.
Oh my God!
Of my life. Him and Dan Aykroyd
was fantastic.
In that movie.
You throw in, and I didn't realize this, but Coming to America actually made like 4 times the amount of money that Die Hard did. It came out.
Really?
It came out the same year. Yeah.
And Die Hard is a Christmas movie, in case anybody was asking.
100%.
It is absolutely a Christmas movie, just because it was
is not Christmas until you see Alan Rickman falling off Nakatomi Plaza.
That's right. And by the way, Beverly Hills Cop 4 has been announced.
Oh, Jesus.
Really?
Yes.
Is he in that too?
He will be reprising the role of Axel Foley.
I like that he's getting out of the dad comedy movies. And not that they're bad movies.
Nutty Professor for a while. He was like Nutty Professor, Haunted Mansion,
so
Dr. Doolittle's.
I didn't realize he's got 10 kids.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
kids.
And he's a grandfather now.
Yeah.
So he's transitioned, and he was I was listening to This was, I don't know, last week or something like that. I went down a rabbit hole on YouTube like I do most nights when I go to bed, as I, throw the headphones in and I just start scrolling YouTube videos. And I went down this rabbit hole, and there was an interview with him, and it was recent, like within the last year or whatever. And he talked about transitioning from the 80s being a blur, like he doesn't remember half of the 80s.
It's a lot of cocaine.
That was probably a lot. That was what Fast Times. Those were different.
Well, all of those Rick James stories are true that Dave Chappelle told. And Eddie Murphy was there for most of them.
Yeah.
Eddie, what? Yeah. Yep. That was some of the best TV on the whole Chappelle show.
That's on Netflix again.
Him and Charlie Murphy. Oh, geez.
Chappelle show's on Netflix.
Charlie Murphy.
Unity.
He talked about. He talked about. There was a couple of things. So he. God, that's all in my head. Is I can.
What the five fingers say to the face? Slap.
Slap, bitch.
Oh my God. Shit, I totally lost my fucking train of thought.
We killed him. We killed him.
I got it. So he was talking about so the 80s being a blur. Like he doesn't remember a lot of the 80s. And then he went into the discussion of Arsenio Hall. And what I didn't realize is how good of friends they are. And he has said they see each other 2 to 3 times a week and have for the last 40 years.
Wow. No shit.
Yeah. Like they grew up as friends because, Eddie's got to be, I don't know how old he is. He's got to be.
He's in his 60s, I think now.
Mid to late 50s, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think he might be 60. Why don't you punch that in your Google machine?
Why don't I punch? You know what?
Working on it.
He turns 60 in April.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Yeah. So he has seen and been friends with Arsenio Hall.
48 hours. He did 48 hours too.
Oh, yeah. Him and Nick Nolte, and then another 48 hours.
He was great. Yeah. He was great. Harlem Nights. I mean, so Coming to America came out in 89, 88, somewhere in the late 80s. And that grossed. They said it was worldwide it would be in today's dollars would be over $600 million.
Which would be considered like a blockbuster by any imagination.
It was something like 200.
Right, but we're now transitioning into a thing where I think movies are kind of going to be releasing on Disney Plus, releasing on or be able to download from movies on demand services. Regal and Flagship and those movie theaters are all going to be like an app on your TV pretty soon, and that's how you're going to go to the movies.
So,
which I miss movies. I loved going to the movies. I saw 300 in IMAX. You want to talk about an experience?
You saw that in IMAX? That must have been
down
amazing.
In Boston. Yeah.
Wow.
It was really cool.
It was such a good movie to see that in IMAX. Holy shit.
Angie and I were talking about this. We don't remember the last movie we went and saw before we couldn't see movies in the theater.
Mine was Tenet, the new Christopher Nolan movie there. The guy that makes all the weird, not Christopher Nolan. The guy that makes all the weird movies like Inception and The Prestige.
M. Night Shyamalan.
No, not him.
I wanted to see that movie too.
Tenet's really good. I highly recommend it.
I love the sci-fi thrillers.
It's such a super cool time. It's really good though. Like you have to see it, and you got to watch it almost twice. It's one of those movies you're like, all right, because the second time you watch it, you pick up on everything, and it's like, oh, it's a dead giveaway, but it's cool to see.
I had to do that with Inception too. I saw Inception for the first time, loved every bit of it, and then knew the same thing. It was like one of those movies you had to see again.
Yeah, I was like that with The Prestige and then The Illusionist as well. I like Edward Norton a lot. Like Fight Club, The Prestige. The first Hulk movie he's in is really good.
Edward Norton in American History X is...
That's a movie
phenomenal.
They should make every kid in high school watch.
Yes.
I don't care. Every child in high school should watch that movie. It should be part of a history curriculum.
Yes.
What was the movie he did with Robin Williams too? It was like that dark comedy movie. Oh God, why can't I remember it? He was Rainbow Randolph. Oh Jesus!
Not.
It's
Patch Adams.
no.
Jack.
It's not What Dreams May Come, is it?
No. Hang on. Oh, this is.
He was in
me.
Rounders, which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
That was a great movie too. Yes.
Worm.
Rounders.
He played Worm. That's great.
It's funny. The first thing I type in Edward Norton Jr., I Google the first thing that comes up is American History X.
Is it the Grand Budapest Hotel?
Death to Smoochie.
Death to Smoochie. Oh my God! Yes, I forgot about that. It's about like Robin Williams plays like a offshoot of Barney, basically.
Yes, he's like a kids show host.
Yeah, and it's hell. It shows you just what.
It's so dark.
Sucks. Yeah, like he hates kids, but he's in this fucking show. Like the show has made him hate children, basically. They try to figure out how to kill him.
They fire Robin Williams. Yeah. They do everything they can to get rid of him. They replace him with Edward Norton Jr., who he's just like, he doesn't know the wiser. He just wants to be on TV as a kid show host. Yeah. The whole movie is Robin Williams trying to get back even with him and trying to kill him. And it's dark as fuck. It's a great movie, but it's so dark. And Edward Norton plays the perfect, like, naive idiot that, like, comes of age at the end of the movie and just ends up winning big. Like, it's a great movie. Great flick.
Huh. I've never seen it.
You ever seen Boondock Saints, Tim?
Oh!
So, Boondock Saints is one of those ones where I have sat down to watch it, I don't know how many times, and then something happens and I don't watch it. I literally
you
have
need to fix that.
And that's the same thing with The Big Lebowski. I have not watched The Big Lebowski from beginning to end.
The Dude of
All right, I'm getting off this call right now. I can't listen to shit like that. You've really never seen Big Lebowski?
Not from beginning to end. For whatever reason, things like I like the movie. Every part I've seen, I've enjoyed.
Yep.
The rug just really ties the room together, man.
It really tied the room together.
But it's just one of those,
people call it a bowling movie. It's a movie that has bowling in it.
It's just so good. Like
it's a masterpiece.
So funny parts of it. Yeah.
It ticks.
It's the Coen brothers, so it's weird. It's like, Fargo, like all those movies are just kind of weird.
Steve Buscemi dies again. He dies in every Coen brothers movie.
Yeah.
It's just Market Zero. John Goodman plays the perfect Vietnam vet that has trouble adapting to life. He runs a security business and the dude is your typical holdover from the 60s stoner that's aging but can't let go of the way it used to be, and such a good fucking movie.
He just doesn't care. It's just like, okay, yeah.
Again, it's one of those ones where I've wanted to watch the whole thing, but it's just.
We need to go to Lebowski Fest. If there's a Lebowski Fest, we should go. The three of us could go, dressed as all three of the characters. Tim would be the dude. Brian, you'd definitely be Walter.
Oh yeah.
I'd be Donnie, and we'd walk in all dressed. It'd be perfect. It'd be perfect.
That would be awesome.
Rio could go as the Jesus.
Rio ain't going.
Rio could go as the Jesus.
Rio ain't going.
All right, let me ask you this.
Hey, is that though in Lebowski? Is that not the most bomb ass version of Hotel California when they introduce the Jesus and it's all the mariachi version of it?
It is. It's a Spanish mariachi version.
Yeah.
It's so very good.
Nobody fucks with this. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just one of those movies I haven't just seen from beginning to end.
Have you watched The Godfather all the way through beginning and end, Tim?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's a stupid question, Brian.
My wife has never seen The Godfather.
Godfather's great.
People haven't. Growing up, I'm Italian. I grew up Italian. That was a rite of passage in my home. I wasn't allowed to turn 10 until I saw the movies. It's like you had to see them.
It's definitely. It's a classic. It's
stupid for me to reboot those.
It's stupid for me to say that it's a classic because everybody knows it. It is.
The first one is the first one.
The second one's really good too. Just long.
The second one is great.
The second one takes a lot of shit. A lot of times from a lot of people.
But it's not as good as the first, just like most sequels.
Not every sequel can be Back to the Future 2.
Or Empire Strikes Back.
Not a Star Wars fan. A Star Trek guy.
See, and I was a
Force
Star
be
Wars
with you.
fan. I was a Star Wars fan. Star Trek was. I mean, I watched it. It was good, but I was never.
I like to watch. I'm a Picard fan, so I like The Next Generation. I watch those.
Yep.
I'm a Battlestar guy too. I'm a big nerd. I like Battlestar.
I liked Battlestar Galactica.
I like Battlestar Galactica.
The story in it. The story was great.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because I want to get back to Eddie Murphy real quick. What is your favorite Eddie Murphy movie? Mark, you go first.
Am I allowed to say Eddie Murphy Raw?
No, that's stand-up.
When I was a kid, that was part of my education. I learned like 3/4 of my curse words from that.
Oh my God. I can remember. So let's see, that came out, and I think it was 83. I think it was. I think I was 12. I can remember.
Perfect timing.
I can remember watching it on HBO at my friend Mark's house. I still remember us waiting for this to come on because we knew it was coming on. And we sat there and pissed our pants laughing the entire time.
Absolutely.
Like, just over and over and over again. Nonstop. Because it was on for a month. It's HBO. It was on for a month. And I bet we watched it 6 times that month. And just by the end of the time we were reciting lines. Just, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Everybody talks about it at school.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
I remember being like 8, 9 years old. It was one of those weekends that like HBO would do like the free preview weekend or something like that. And, and then looking at the guide a couple days ahead, like what was going to be on it, like, and then finding Eddie Murphy Raw was going to be on at like 2 a.m.
Yep.
So I made sure to like fake sleep that night. And when my mom went to sleep, like she was out cold, I got up and I sat real close to the TV, so like the volume was wicked way down, and I just sat there and was just educated in the words that I was not supposed to say whatsoever. Yes. But it was great.
Yeah.
No, if I had to say my favorite Eddie Murphy movie, and I might catch flack for this, but I'd have to pick, and there's so many good ones, but I probably seen this movie more just because of how old I am when I saw it. It was The Nutty Professor. He played 9 different characters in that movie.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And well too.
Yep.
Each character, each of the Cletus the Klump family.
The Klumps.
Each one of them had their own thing. The only one he didn't play was like the little boy that started.
Hercules.
The grandma was the best.
I don't know what you're talking about over
I toss this between the crack of your ass. He played so many different characters in that movie. And then he played like himself with no makeup on later when Sherman drank the solution.
Yeah.
And he got to like his regular, that was just regular Eddie Murphy, but like wrestler Eddie Murphy, like turned up to 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he just turned his personality way up. That scene with him versus Dave Chappelle going after each other with your mama jokes in that comedy scene. That was gold. So I love that movie.
Brian, what about you?
Beverly Hills Cop, the first one. It's so good. He is just a witty cop. You believe he could do that, and him just like terrorizing the other cops just by the stuff he does. They're all dealing with these uppity people, and then he's just like, I'm just gonna go do it.
So, and the only reason I ask is I've been trying to think about this because when I sent a message to you guys earlier today, I talked a little bit about, Eddie Murphy. So I had to drive up to Sugarloaf today, and Mark, I know you don't know where Sugarloaf is from where I live, but it's a 2.5-hour drive.
I know it's a mountain in Maine.
It is. It is. So it's 2.5 hours for us to get up there.
Also a golf course.
A great golf course.
Ooh, we should go play that sometime.
Oh my God, it's
I would love to.
It is.
Bring lots of golf balls.
It is the hardest golf courses I've ever played, but it's one of the most beautiful golf courses because it's mountain golf.
I'd love to see it. That'd be great.
Oh my God, it's true. We should play it. definitely play it this year. Anyway, so I got a 2.5-hour ride up and a 2.5-hour ride back. So in between talking to Angie, I'm thinking, okay, Eddie Murphy. And I got thinking, obviously, 48 Hours, Beverly Hills Cop, Coming to America. I loved them all. Hell, I even loved Daddy Daycare. I thought that was a great
movie.
Cute.
Underrated.
It was cute. It was funny. It had its moments.
But you honestly know that my favorite, it's actually an animated one, is Shrek.
Donkey.
Oh, yeah.
Him playing Donkey in Shrek.
It made part of the movie.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. Because I don't know. I can't picture anyone playing Donkey other than Eddie Murphy with his voice.
Dave Chappelle.
Maybe. Yeah. That's a very short list of people who could.
Chris Rock.
But maybe. No, I don't know if Rock could. I don't know.
I can't see Chris Rock as. It's something about Eddie's voice and his mannerisms and the way he speaks.
Yeah.
Like, if Chris Rock can't swear and be like R-rated comedian, I don't think Chris Rock is very funny.
I was on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
The last couple times he hosted.
Never a huge Chris Rock fan. I mean, his stand-up is hilarious because he's, swearing and very adult-themed.
Chris
stand-up, and it's funny.
Rock in Lethal Weapon 3?
4.
I think it was 4.
There was 4.
He was good. He
Look
was
at the
good in
badge.
Lethal Weapon 4.
Check out the gun.
But no, I just
Butters is you.
It just I don't know. I fucking love Eddie Murphy.
One of my all-time favorite movies has Chris Rock in it. Grown Ups. I fucking love the movie Grown Ups.
Yeah, it was good. That was good.
I love it.
But see, I'll watch Grown Ups. Anytime it's on TV,
I'm
stopping to watch it.
Yeah.
Like if I'm flipping through the channels and I'm like, oh, Grown Ups. Oh.
You know what's awesome? Adam Sandler wears a different Hockey East hat in different scenes in that movie, but he gets them all in. He has a UMaine one on at one point. He has a UNH one on. If you go back, he has a BU one on. Like he wears a different
Hockey East hat. Now I'm gonna have to watch
it. Yeah, now I gotta watch it just to see that.
And then in the
that's
second
one of those
one,
Easter egg things.
Yeah, in the second Grown Ups, in the opening scene when they're doing like the shot of like they're looking down a big main street with a church, like right in the beginning. That's Camden.
Yeah, I know I knew that one.
Yeah. That's the town right next to us, Marky, up here.
Camden, Maine, right? Really?
Yeah.
That's in the movie?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Well, this era has been in a few bigger movies. Mel Gibson's Man Without a Face. That was filmed
in the bedroom, which was up for a Best Picture Oscar.
My middle child, Ryan, my stepson, was in the bedroom. He was in the movie.
He was in the T-ball scene, right?
Yes. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, they recorded it was all day.
Yeah.
I remember Angie had to be there because he was in T-ball, so he was 5 years old, 6 years old, whatever it was. Marissa Tomei was there, and it was fucking hot. Like, I just remember it was brutally hot. They delivered ice cream. It was a big production.
Oh yeah.
But like
Tom Wilkinson was in that.
Yep. I had some friends of mine were extras in the Mel Gibson one, Man Without a Face. And again, that was actually filmed. The opening scene was in Rockport. That's 6 miles from where I live.
Yeah.
Where it was filmed.
The Stephen King movie Thinner?
Yep.
No.
Where the guy gets hit by the car, or he hits the girl with the car and she puts a spell on him and he starts wasting away to nothing. Most of that's filmed in Rockland.
Oh,
Stephen King's a Maine guy, is it?
He's from Bangor. Yeah.
Yep. Banger.
Yep. Banger.
Yeah, and it's funny because in that movie, Tim, Stephen King has a bit part in it, and he's the pharmacist at Goodnows on Main Street, and they actually filmed it at Goodnows.
Yeah, Stephen King plays a lot of bit parts in his movies.
Yes,
I've heard a little thing that he has a cameo in every one of his movies.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's same thing with like Mel
Hitchcock
to do it.
Yeah. Hitchcock used to do that.
Hitchcock used to do it. Mel Brooks does it or did it.
Mel Brooks is yogurt.
Yeah.
It's good to be the king.
It's good to be the king. Oh my God, that
The history of the world.
You look like the
History
piss boy, and you look like a
History
bucket of
the World
shit.
Part 1 is
No, sir, you look like the piss boy. Hey,
History
could they make History of the World
No.
or Blazing Saddles right now
no,
and show it on TV?
no.
None of that could be shown.
They
No.
tried to show
all
Blazing
or
Saddles on TV, and they cut it for TV, and it all 8 minutes
like
of it aired.
15 minutes, right?
No, Blazing Saddles is my all-time favorite comedy. That
No argument here.
it's
Funniest movie.
it's iconic. It's funny. It makes fun of everything.
Now I gotta look at my movie collection.
The first time you ever heard a fart on a movie or on television was that scene where they were all
Mongo.
sitting around the campfire. No, it wasn't even Mongo.
Oh, that's all of them are. They're all farting.
No, but the first fart, it was one of I can't remember the character's name, but anyway, regardless, that was the first time. Like this is important news. Like this is, but that was the first time you ever heard a fart, a real fart, like in a movie.
When Mongo farts, that dude just falls over. Mongo like candy.
Mongo, have a cigar.
I just the
first
there's a
Ted
bunch of
or
Oh my God, I
or
love
Old
Ted.
School are probably the two funniest movies in my opinion.
Blazing Saddles would go toe to toe with Ted, and I think it would win on overall comedy through the movie. Ted has great spots, but Blazing Saddles was funny from like beginning to end.
Yep. The amount of don't give a shit with Blazing Saddles is amazing because it's from the beginning to the end. It's like Mel Brooks said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to offend everybody. And
it was a different time. You could laugh at that back then. People saw it, and I'm sure there were people that were pissed at a few things that were said.
Of course,
but all in all, more often than not, everybody laughed their ass because it was a movie. You know what? It wasn't real. That's what a movie's supposed to be.
And if you think about offensive and things like that, have you ever listened to Don Rickles?
No. I've heard the name.
Well,
I know who the guy
only
is,
when he was like 92 years old, Loves Festival one year.
Okay. Go back, and when you're going down YouTube, rabbit holes, Google or YouTube Don Rickles and listen to his roast because they always used to do the Dean Martin roast.
Those were the best.
And
Don
Rickles,
the roasts were the best.
I could listen to him as a comedian for hours on end, and I would laugh. Like I woke Angie up because I was laughing. Like I was trying to keep it, and I was belly laughing, and I was shaking the bed. She wakes up. She's like, she turned. She was like, "What the?" And I looked. I took my headphones out, and I went, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And I showed her. I said,
Then you realized you were in a lot of trouble.
I said, "I'm laughing at Don Rickles. Like, he doesn't swear. He does not curse at all, but he makes fun of everybody." And what he does is he sits there and he's like, he'll make fun of like Sammy Davis Jr. And he goes, I can make fun of him, because he's black and I'm Jew. And he just, it's like he just. So I would say, look, Blazing Saddles, Old School, Brian. Old School is great. I love Old School.
You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue.
Go streaking.
Blue, do you trust I do not want to see you die tonight?
Anchorman.
Old School hits me differently because having pledged a fraternity.
I was just going to say it's
different.
A little bit different because you were in a fraternity.
Yes. I am a alumni brother of Sigma Alpha Epsilon at UMaine, Maine Alpha chapter.
Yeah, well, they're no longer at UMaine.
No, they're not, but that's because of stupidity. Nothing bad stupidity on their part.
They got canceled.
Like everything else.
Like Mr. Potato Head.
Fraternity.
Yeah, they got canceled.
So dumb.
It is. Where the hell was I going with this?
I don't know. Don Rickles.
Oh no, I just
Don Pickles.
Oh, last we knew you pissed off Angie because you were laughing so hard in the bed.
Oh my God, yeah. So I did. but
when last we left him.
It's I don't know.
I sound like the Super Friends announcer.
I
Meanwhile, in the Fortress of Evil.
I love comedies. So Blazing Saddles, History of the World Part 1.
Yes.
Spaceballs.
Oh, I love Spaceballs so much.
You know,
I've never seen Spaceballs.
I see your Schwartz. It's as big as mine.
You shut your whore mouth.
Oh, dude.
I am a slut.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
Who else is an asshole here?
I've never seen Spaceballs.
I'm surrounded by a bunch of assholes. You seriously haven't seen Spaceballs?
I've never seen Spaceballs. No, not because I didn't like want to. I just never sat down and watched it.
Okay,
honestly,
to watch.
I've been screamed at by other people before. Like they did the same thing. They were like, "Okay, I'm never talking to you again. You've never seen something like Spaceballs." And I'm like, "I'm sorry."
I don't get the people who like take pride in not seeing a certain like series of movies. Like people like, I've never seen Star Wars and I'm proud of it. Like, okay, that's good to be you. You're missing out on
why do you hate it so much? Like, what's the fucking problem?
I've never seen Harry Potter. Number one, Harry Potters are awesome. I love me some Harry Potter.
I've read the books 3 times and I've seen obviously all the movies.
If I had to pick a house to be in, I'd want to pick in Hufflepuff because they seem very chill and like stoner friendly. So that's kind of where I think I'd want to be. Would be in the Hufflepuff.
I don't know.
If I had my own Pokemon, Mark, I'd want a Snorlax. I could just chill out with him and hang out. You know.
Seriously, yes.
Yeah. He could play me cool little tunes.
I want to be like a Charizard.
See, Charizard would just kick everybody's ass. You just walk around with Charizard. I'd be walking around with Dragonite myself. Dragonite can fly like 1,500 miles an hour. So that's just my boy. Like, hey, listen, I got no more grass. Go find me some. And he flies away and he comes back with some from like thousands of miles away. I don't know. I just always liked the Dragonite. I have never seen Harry Potter myself. I was never really big into the books too much. I'm not a fan. Not because like I hate it. I just
They're cool.
Never got into it.
So here's a funny thing. So I know people that refuse to watch Harry Potter because there's witches in them, yet they absolutely love Lord of the Rings, which has wizards in them.
Isn't that's part of the lore?
Two different things.
Like religious people won't let kids read Harry Potter because it teaches witchcraft and that's satanic.
Yeah.
It's also fiction and it's supposed to be for entertainment.
And it's about good versus evil.
Right.
And how good overcomes evil.
It's a ripoff of Star Wars, but that's okay.
It is. Oh my God. I love that TikTok that does that. If you think about it, and I can't remember exactly, but you know, they start going through with how Harry Potter is just a big ripoff of Star Wars because, you know, you've got this young kid who's
orphaned young kid who hangs out with his uncle who wants nothing to do with his culture, and then this big furry dude like takes him and gives him to an old guy, Dumbledore, Obi-Wan Kenobi, to teach him the ways of an ancient land where he has to do, and then someone who's very connected to his past and killed his family, Darth Vader, Voldemort. Like, it just keeps going.
Oh my God.
Ron Weasley is Han Solo, Princess Leia is Hermione Granger, Jar Jar Binks is Neville Longbottom.
It is absolutely 100% a ripoff of Star Wars.
Since you make the comparisons, actually, they seem like similar stories anyway for Star Wars.
And yet, J.K. Rowling is a multi-billionaire now who was destitute and broke when she wrote the first one. And is now a billionaire.
Oh, easily. That franchise has grown exponentially.
Oh, yeah.
I have started reading more. That was one of my New Year's. Like, I've already read a couple books this year, which is way more than I read last year.
So I've read, I don't know. I was averaging about a book to a book and a half a week. I'm down to about a book a week right now. So I'm on a slow period right now.
That's still 52 books a year. That's still...
Yeah, it's about right.
That's solid.
Tim's a big library guy. Tim likes the library a lot.
I go to the library every couple of weeks. I'll get 2 or 3 books.
What's your genre?
I will read any. So, how do I word this? Historical
trashy romance novels. Just say it.
Trashy romance.
Harlequin bodice rippers.
Harlequin.
Anything with Fabio on the cover.
Definitely. I'm a big anything from Webb Griffin, which is historical fiction. He's got a series on the Marine Corps. He's got a series on what he calls Brotherhood of War. He's got a great series on the Badge of Honor, meaning police department, talking about the Philadelphia Police Department. So I read that. I'll read John Grisham. I'll read David Baldacci, Joseph Finder, Vince Flynn. So fiction, action fiction, things like that. And then I will grab, I'll find an autobiography, mix in some nonfiction stuff.
Yep.
I'll read just about anything, but what's going to hold me is
Angie.
I want her to hold me. She always should hold me.
Tim, are you a physical book guy like me, or do you want to read on a Kindle?
No, I want pages. I want to turn a page.
I like physical books.
I like pages.
Yeah. Yep.
I want a cover. I like hardcover books. I
Yes.
would like a physical book in my hand. The screen thing, I was never a fan.
No.
Yeah.
Reading books online.
I don't like it. I don't. I mean, I had.
I've tried. Yeah.
I
read
have a tablet.
JT the Brick's book on my Kindle. A great book, by the way. The Handoff, JT the Brick.
I haven't read it.
Good. You should.
I haven't read it.
Really, it's about him and the dude that he mentored him, like dying of cancer, and he used to take him every appointment, and their talks they had in the car on the way there, and all that stuff. It's really, really good.
So I'm the type though that I need to be entertained in the first 50 pages. If I'm not into it after about 50 pages, I tend to will put the book aside.
Man, don't read what I read then, man. High fantasy and sci-fi. Sometimes it takes like 50 pages is the introduction. It's just the backstory and lore that you need to understand what's coming at you next.
But sometimes that will grab me, and sometimes that will, entertain me. You take a book like I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell.
Oh my God, it's so good by Tucker Max.
I'll
bring mine on the trip with me, Marky, when we go to Denver, and I'll let you read it.
I used to love to read, dude. I used to be the same way as you, Tim. I would read a book or two a week. Like I'd read a book for a couple days, and that's kind of fallen off with YouTube and videos being so prevalent and different things. And like I like listening to books sometimes when I can't just sit and read.
I'm a big podcast guy. I listen to podcasts all the time.
Yeah.
I listen to Ripping the Rack podcast.
Where can they listen to Ripping the Rack podcast?
Brian, where can they?
Oh, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Anchor, Breaker, and wherever else you listen to your podcast media. Pretty cool fact, actually. I think either Anchor or Breaker, one of them, got bought by Spotify.
Really?
Oh, did it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you look at the dash, I think it's Anchor. If you look at the dash on Anchor, I think it says Anchor by Spotify now.
Well, let's just double check.
That's one of those like company acquisitions that got swept under the rug a little bit.
Anchor by Spotify.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap up here our Friday edition, folks. Appreciate you.
I hope you liked our movie and book talk.
Yeah, wicked. We got some culture going on this.
Wicked guy.
We talk art system.
You're gonna hear a lot of wickeds. You got Maki on the podcast. There's gonna be so much wicked pisser. I've been trying to hold back. I don't want to scare everybody with it, but I say it so much.
No, the wicked pisser. No, wicked piss is good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no.
Our Canadian friends will love hearing you, eh?
You Maki, you gotta. So we do this.
Even Calvin.
We do this because, frankly, I like to talk, and
absolutely,
that's why I do it. I have fun with it. And,
as we say on the Sunday show that Marky and I do, this is what we do anyways when we see each other, is just talk wrestling. So why not?
Right. We talk wrestling. We talk bowling. We talk what was on TV. We talk about the game. This is all we're doing anyway, but now we're letting other people listen to it, and they can let us know whether they agree or they don't.
Correct.
And it's good shit.
And as usual,
it's such
folks,
good shit.
You can reach us, Ripping the Rack Podcast at gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook at Ripping the Rack Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at Ripping the Rack Podcast. Hell, you can find us on YouTube at Ripping the Rack Podcast. I don't know. Pretty soon if we do have a benevolent, not benevolent.
That
one. Hey,
yes,
Tim.
That one.
Hey, Tim, I know it's Friday, but where it's kind of a time sensitive thing, should we talk about the bowling show at Stars and Strikes real quick?
Yes. Sign up. Bowling.
Where it's coming up soon. I know it's not
Friday,
a bowling show, but
next Friday the 12th at Stars and Strikes, there is a scratch. Hold on one second. I'm going to pull up
ladder series event that Rusty is running at Stars and Strikes. And I believe it's a 5-string qualifier, and then the top is it 5 seeds? Yeah, 5 will bowl 4, winner bowls 3, winner bowls 2, winner bowls 1.
Will be live streamed with yours truly, Brian and Tim. Will be doing the commentary during that live stream. Maki, if you want to come up to Stars and Strikes next Friday.
When is it? It's Friday?
It's Friday.
I don't know if he can come up and then go back and not have to quarantine.
Oh, I don't know if he can yet or not.
They'd have to catch me first anyway. Just kidding. No.
Keep talking. I am going to pull up.
Tim, are you bringing the equipment for that, by the way?
Sure. We can.
Yeah.
I'm just.
I saw that they posted. And
I might be able to like Skype Marky on my phone and then point it at the pins, and then he could just commentate with us.
Shit, wrong one.
While watching the show.
Is that a Friday evening?
Yes. Is.
What is stinky
about? You have to bowl poo-poo.
Correct. I was about to say we bowled at the new edition of the professional league at Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire on Friday nights.
Are you guys doing the Real Pro League next year?
Pardon?
Are you guys doing the Real Pro League next year again?
I sure as hell hope so.
I hope so because I'm on a roster for the first time ever next year.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm not going to be a full-time. I'm going to be a sub for Freshie's team. I don't know who's on his team. He just said, "Hey, if you want to sub."
If Tim subs and somebody else needs subs, I also would be interested in subbing.
And I told him, I said, as long as I have a couple of days' notice, I'll absolutely sub.
Hey, B, you want to be on a sub roster?
Yeah.
When we get everything going next year, done.
Let's see. Scratch ladder.
Riverwalk's actually probably the closest to my house.
Bowling night at Stars and Strikes in South Paris, Maine, Friday, March 12, 6 p.m., $50 per bowler, 5-string qualifier, top 5 advance to ladder finals, 5 versus 4, winner versus 3, winner versus 2, winner versus 1. All ladder matches are Uno, 1 string. Ladder matches will be streamed live on the Stars and Strikes Facebook page. Let's see.
And I'm sure that Tim and I will be going live during the roll-offs if we're not bowling.
The cool part of this, for ladder matches only, there will be an extra bonus for 5 marks in a row. You will receive a Bitcoin wallet worth $35 plus $15 in Bitcoin for a value of $50. Each mark after will be worth $25 more in Bitcoin. That's pretty cool. Because
I still don't understand the Bitcoin thing.
I don't either, but it's still pretty cool.
It sounded like a whole
currency
bunch of dollars.
is. They think it's the wave of the future. They think that's how you're going to pay for everything online because that way you don't have to put your bank account on there. You can just do your Bitcoin.
And it's worth money.
Oh, just yeah.
It's.
So there's some dude sitting on. There's some guy. He started farming Bitcoin like 10 years ago when it first started. He has a hard drive that has 1 password attempt left on it, and it's got $500 million or something worth of Bitcoin in it. He's got 1 password attempt left before he's locked out of it.
That sucks.
Well, don't fuck that up.
There must be a way to get your password recovery. I mean,
I think that's what he's trying to figure out at this point.
Yeah, you're on 1 tick left. Yeah,
I would just be calling hackers. I don't care. Hey, does the federal government know? Oh, they don't like you. Can you get into this hard drive for me?
Yeah. So again, thank you guys.
Folks, don't hack. No,
don't hack. Hacking's bad.
Yes.
Thank you. Great talk. And don't forget, Tuesday morning. Well, this will be Friday morning. Tuesday morning, Ripping the Rack podcast will be out and about, Candlepin Bowling, all talk, all whatever. I totally lost what I was going to say.
More of
that
us.
was
more
good.
of us is good.
More of us is always good. Talking bowling, talking everything else, but we'll be talking bowling next time.
Absolutely.
Make your ears happy. Put us in them.
Peace out, folks.
Night, everybody.
Later.